Cooper Flagg makes his Christmas Day debut as he takes on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Welcome into the DLLS Mavs pregame show powered by Michelob Ultra. Tuning on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Merry Christmas and happy holidays here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, especially when Cooper Flagg makes his Christmas Day debut against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS
It's
Mavs
a short
writer.
Christmas.
Maybe for you two. Ron Harrod Jr., our DLLS Mavs beat writer, our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Krell. Appreciate you hanging out with us here and spending some of your Christmas Day with us here on DLLS Sports as the Mavericks look to make it 2 in a row as they take on Golden State today. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. How we feeling?
Feeling good. I meant to say, too, if anyone is watching the show on their phone, TV, computer, whatever, take a screenshot, tag us, or tag my page or DLS_Mavs page, and I'll retweet you.
Oh, okay. Look at you in the Christmas
Merry
spirit
Christmas,
today.
question mark.
Yeah. Bobby, what's up?
If you tag us and post a vid or a pic, if
Yeah.
you're watching our show, Ron will actually send you $5.
Oh,
via
wow.
his preferred. He
Wow.
forgot to. He left that part off. He's feeling very generous today. I already did it once, and he sent me my $5. I just got the notification on my phone, so this does work.
And that's why Ron's working. Is he needs the overtime money so that he can pay it for everybody.
But-
Tanner, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Welcome. You excited?
Yeah, very excited. Ready to see how Coop follows up last game he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it because, yes, Cooper Flagg has been unbelievable. He leads a Mavericks team that will take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Say your Mavericks 12-19 coming in to today's action, 3-9 away from the American Airlines Center. If you're going to be watching today's game, you can do so on ABC and or ESPN today, while the Golden State Warriors are 15-15 after 30 games so far, 9-4 at Chase Center in San Francisco, with the Warriors a 7.5-point favorite with the over-under at 230.5 today. Let's get you set with where these teams are coming into this afternoon's action here. Mavericks, of course, 11th in the West, sitting a half game behind the Portland Trail Blazers for the 10th seed and final play-in spot in the Western Conference. Of course, Dallas coming off a fantastic win on Tuesday night in a 131-130 thrilling win over the Denver Nuggets as the Mavericks move to 6-13 against the Western Conference and, of course, 6-11 against teams 500 or better so far this year, as the Mavericks will finish up the calendar year of 2025 on the road in the West Coast. They begin a 3-game West Coast road trip today with the Golden State Warriors, and then on Saturday we'll be in Sacramento to take on Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors, 8th in the Western Conference, they sit a game and a half behind the Phoenix Suns for 7th in the West. Golden State is coming off their second straight win on Monday over Desmond Bain and the Orlando Magic, where they got a 120-97 win to move to 2-0 on their current 3-game homestand. The Warriors 11-10 against the West so far this year and 7-6 against teams below 500. After today, the Warriors themselves, they'll be on the road for 3 straight games starting on Sunday on the first night of a back-to-back as they take on the Brooklyn Nets. That gets us to the Carell Illustrator scouting report on what he's looking at today as the Mavericks take on Golden State.
So the Warriors are a team that have a big three, right? You got Steph Curry. You got Jimmy Butler. You got Draymond Green. These guys are all very good. 2 of them are probably good. You think Jimmy Butler's a Hall of Famer? Maybe.
He needs a championship, I think, to become a Hall of Famer.
I think he's
It's like 2.5 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Jimmy
Yeah.
probably gets in.
2.5 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And even at this point in his career, Draymond is still a great defensive anchor. Steph obviously is still unbelievable. That's a very good trio. And in fact, on the court this year, they're plus 7.9 net rating whenever the three of them are on the court together, which is very good. That is the net rating of a team that's going to win 50 games or more, and that is going to be in title contention in 286 minutes. Of course, across 19 games. Now, they have missed games. They're kind of old. That happens as you age. They've only appeared in 19 games together. Now, the problem with the Warriors is I look at the standings and I see them way down low, kind of closer to the Mavs than maybe they thought they would be heading into the year. They're just 15-15. Well, if they're so good with those three on the court, so what the heck is the deal? Well, they got like barely any other good players, or really barely any other players at all. Okay, Jonathan Kuminga like does not play there at all. He's like gone.
He's on the team but doesn't play.
Is he even with the team?
He is with the team.
So he goes to the games?
He does go to the game. He even suits up like a Warrior basketball player.
Wow, that's actually really cool that they let him do that.
That's cool. And he gets paid a lot of money, actually.
That is
20 plus mil.
Yeah, like that's not bad.
Dude, imagine getting paid $300,000 a game to not have to
do a damn thing.
All you have to do is fight San Francisco rush hour, which is
it's pretty disgusting.
That is pretty tough.
And pay that rent.
Will he do that?
But you have 20 mil.
Yeah, $300K is like a month's rent out there, and he gets that every single game. So in their last 4 games, they've been trying different stuff all year, man. Kuminga was playing a lot, now he's not playing at all. They're moving guys in and out. Al Horford's been in and out, blah, blah, blah. Their starting lineup in their last 4 games has been the same. It's been Steph, Jimmy Buckets, Draymond Green, my arch nemesis Quentin Post, and then Moody. Now that Moody. Now that quintuplet, that quintet. That quintet.
There we go.
Is has a minus 28 net rating in their last 4 games, which is weird because they're 2-2 in their last 4 games, and they have a plus 20 point differential as a team, and they're still getting absolutely worked when they're on the court. The problem is
4 factors.
They turn it over a ton, and that to me is the key to the game. So during that time, their last 4 games, opponents are scoring nearly 22 points off turnovers per game and 17 fast break points per game. Now, even those 73-win Warriors teams during the heyday, right, the peak Warriors era, they were still giving it away like candy on Halloween because they try a lot of wacky stuff. They do a lot of cool things.
Cost them a title one year.
A lot of wild passes, a lot of cool combo, dribble moves, all that stuff. They commit 5,000 moving screens per game. Only about 2 of them are called.
That's insane.
But you're going to get a lot of chances if you can only force turnovers. Now, the Mavs also commit a lot of turnovers. Both teams are top 5 in the NBA this year in live ball turnovers committed.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking passes out of bounds. I'm not talking traveling. I'm not talking goaltends. I'm not talking about any of that others. I don't know if goaltending counts as a turnover. Moving screens, any of that stuff. I'm talking either you dribble the ball off your leg and someone else picks it up, or Kevin, you're on the wrong team and I just give you the ball anyway because I'm feeling the Christmas spirit, right? If the Mavs can force a ton of live ball turnovers, 21% of the time, 1 out of every 5 trips down the floor, they're giving it away.
That's not good.
Lately. We know how good they are in transition. Coop is a menace. He's a one-man fast break, and you also got Najee, and you also have Brandon Williams, and you also have Hardy, guys that can get up and down the floor. That is how the Mavs win this game. The Mavs do not win this game any other way. I think I don't want to set some number because numbers are stupid, but the Mavs need to score 20 points off turnovers. They need to get 20 fast break points in this game. Like, give me a bunch of free bites of the apple. And if that's the case, I think the Mavs not only can, but will win the game. But that is the key. Make those guys make mistakes.
That gets us to our lead story going into today's action, and it focuses on the sensational 19-year-old Cooper Flagg, as he has been absolutely unbelievable to start his rookie season, playing his first Christmas Day game in a Dallas Mavericks uniform. Hopefully the start of many of those for Cooper Flagg, who turned just 19 on Sunday. During the month of December, he has turned it up to an absolutely another level. Of course, coming off that 33-9-9 game that he had on Tuesday against the Denver Nuggets. So far in December, as you can see the numbers there, averaging over 24 points per game, shooting nearly 53% from the field, and has a true shooting percentage round of 60.6% so far in 10 games in December. Today, he gets a taste of the Christmas Day stage for the very first time. But if it's anything like we have seen so far this season, Cooper Flagg has risen to the occasion. Today could be no different because he likes the bright lights of the NBA, and there's no bigger platform than Christmas Day when it comes to the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had a nice beverage in my hand watching Cooper Flagg on my birthday from a nice restaurant. And I said, wow, look at that young man go. That young man is good at basketball. Then I saw Bobby Carello's tweet. He was like, hey, Cooper Flagg, pretty good at basketball, you know? I was like, you know what? That guy is a good analyst. So wow. I'm watching. I'm saying, you know what?
I'm glad you were thinking about me on your birthday.
You know,
that's awesome.
I'm always thinking about you, Bob.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Bro, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm a massive guy. I think basketball's a very, you know, it's a player league, kind of like NFL's kind of team league. Basketball's kind of a player league. So I'm like, okay, where's some matchups? You know, some cool, fun matchups for the fans to look at. So I'm thinking, okay, we have Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry versus Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg. Like, who wins that matchup? I think on the surface you would say, you know, well, probably Jimmy and Curry, but I think it's a chance that Flagg and AD outplay the two possible, you know, one Hall of Famer and one possible Hall of Famer. I think Cooper Flagg, to be fair, has been better than Jimmy Butler this season. And Jimmy Butler is one of the better players in the NBA. But Cooper Flagg is there every night. He's probably giving you a higher, defensive effort on a night-to-night basis, while Jimmy Butler probably has higher peaks. I think he's getting to a shot better. Jimmy Butler has kind of struggled to score against Jimmy Butler basically only scores nowadays against, like, weaker opponents. He, like, essentially never scores against defenders that are, like, league average or above. Like, he essentially is trying to get weaker, smaller players.
He's one of the all-time weirdest regular season players.
He's just not really a good scorer. Like, he's 20 points a game, but, like, it's a lot of fluky matchup stuff. Like, he'll try to find less, like Ryan Nembhard and score him because he's a lot smaller than him. That's kind of how he gets a lot of his points. Whereas Cooper's just going at whoever's on him. I don't care kind of who you are. It could be Scotty Barnes. He'll try to score on you. So I think there's a chance that AD can go band for band with Curry, and I think Cooper Flagg can actually outplay Jimmy Butler.
Warriors, of course, going to be led by two-time league MVP, the ageless one, Stephen Curry, at age 37, averaging 28 and a half points per game. That is good for ninth in the NBA as he continues to make it look like inside the NBA, Steffortless throughout his amazing career. Shooting nearly 40% from three. Jimmy Butler helping out this year. Jimmy Butler the third, to be exact, averaging 19.9 points per game. Of course, your Mavericks going to be led by the big man in the middle, Anthony Davis, who, along with Cooper Flagg, has been absolutely fantastic since Anthony Davis's return. You can see the numbers on the screen right there. A front court force these two have become, averaging over 43 points per game, shooting nearly 53% from the field, combining for over 18 boards per contest. And oh, by the way, a duo shooting nearly 81% from the line on what is nearly 8 attempts per game. And these two are giving you a combined 3 blocks per game as well. These two have found their chemistry on the floor and look to continue that today. Of course, Cooper Flagg upping his scoring average, now averaging over 19 points per game in 30 games to start his NBA career. You look at the statistical profile of the Golden State Warriors, kind of up and down when you look at them through their first 30 games of the year at 15-15. They're 21st in offensive rating. Number 3, though, in defensive rating, actually, which overall gets them a number 10 net rating in the league. But they are just 22nd in the NBA in points per game. 5th worst field goal percentage in the association through their first 30. But they are number 12 in three-point percentage, and they love to share the basketball. They're top 10 in assists. In fact, 8th in the NBA as far as the assist department is concerned. This is the first of what is 3 regular season matchups between the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks. Last year, these two teams split the season series at 2 games apiece. These two teams will see each other again on January 22nd right here in Dallas. This meeting will be the only one this season in Golden State in Chase Center. Let's get to a couple of your super chats before we help you win some money with Prize Picks here. We'll start with Classic Stainlever with the $4.99 super chat. Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for the fun this year. What will the Mavs Christmas present be this year? Hopefully good. Last year, lost my favorite player. Luka, come back with the $1.99 super chat for Classic Stainlever. Yes, this marks the 1-year anniversary, if you will, of Luka Doncic's final game in a Maverick uniform at what was what turned out to be actually a really fun game between the Mavericks.
Well, we can say
close to winning that game.
Kyrie, look, man, Kyrie put the Mavericks on his back in that second half and nearly carried them to win. But Anthony
I miss
Edwards,
watching that guy play too, man.
Yeah.
Well, we can say they probably won't trade Cooper Flagg, so you should probably be good this Christmas.
Let's
take. Prediction.
I would hope so. But yeah, of course, a lot of folks marking that today. as the 1-year anniversary of Luka Doncic's final game.
There's a really good chance that Coop is the most valuable player in the NBA right now. I just want to put that out there.
Oh.
On his contract. Probably the most valuable thing in the league.
Now we're podding.
Oh, okay.
We're podding now.
Yeah, podding.
We're podding.
I'll rank them. Just kidding. I will not. Do not ask me to do that. I do not care. I do not care.
Oh, you're saying the best value contract in the league right
do.
now?
He is the most valuable thing in the NBA. If he was he would get you more than any other contract pick, anything, player, anything. The most valuable thing in the NBA.
He might be, though, for real. Because the age, contract, upside.
He makes like $12 million or something.
Yeah. Dang.
I mean,
He makes Caleb Martin a little bit more than Caleb Martin.
He's making Caleb money.
He's getting Caleb Martin money.
the only person that would rival that, honestly, is the dude who's in San Antonio because Victor Wembanyama is still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
He is
what,
not
3
for long.
years?
No,
Yeah,
not for long.
No, not for long, but yeah, he's still on his rookie deal. Lanessa with the $5 super chat. Merry Christmas to you all. Here's hoping we get a great Cooper and Klay game today. We'll have more on Klay here in just a little bit. I'm also ready to follow Bobby in surprise picks. Let's make some money, Bobby Carell. Let's go. Let's
boy.
go.
All right, so I feel like the Mavs owe me. It's 2 games in a row that we've been one stat away from being a winner.
So close.
One stat. AD needed one more rebound. Cooper needed one more anything the game before that. We have been led astray, hoodwinked, bamboozled. But that changes today. Quentin Post, you big jerk. You're getting more than 3.5 rebounds. Steph Curry is going to make more than 2.5 3-pointers.
Is that encouraging?
He makes like 7.5 per game or something. It's not fair. Now, the big swing today, Cooper Flagg, more than 33.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. I do believe that big-time players show up on Christmas Day, and I think, we saw Tyler Kolek show up today. Big-time player. His first name is Tyler, right? I was watching that game on mute.
Yeah, it's Tyler Kolek, yes.
All right, good. And then I think Coop more than 33.5 points plus rebounds plus. I think he's going to have a big game. Now, my $5 lineup would net me $16.25.
Oh, wow.
On Prize Picks with the win. That'd be one of the biggest wins of the year. And again, like I said, Prize Picks and the Mavs owe me. So I feel really good about this one today. If you want to play, download, use promo code DLLS when making your first $5 lineup, and you will be gifted $50 in free lineups to use anytime you like.
Appreciate you hanging out with us and spending part of your holiday Christmas today with us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already liked this video, go ahead and like it right now while you're here and give us the gift of support here today on Christmas Day. A couple of notes in and around the NBA before we get to who's in and who's out. Just to catch you up on the earlier Christmas Day action. Knicks use a 17-point comeback in the fourth quarter to take out Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers, 126-124. So big comeback win for the Knicks today. And currently right now, the San Antonio Spurs up 15 with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter on the road against the Oklahoma City Thunder, 106-91, as the Spurs scored 41 points in the first quarter against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder. By the way, if the Spurs win, they will hand Oklahoma City their first loss at home this season and their third loss of the 5 that they would have if they go on to win.
They haven't lost at home this season.
They are 14-0.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, so they're looking to hand their first loss. The other action tonight, you'll have Houston taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Shout out to our old buddy Dorian Finney-Smith to be making his season debut with the Houston Rockets tonight as they're on the road to take on the Lakers. And to cap it off tonight, you will have Minnesota taking on Nikola Jokic in the Denver Nuggets. That game will tip off for Bobby at 9:30 p.m.
I will not be there. I hope both teams have fun.
He said, I'm not watching hoops that late on Christmas Day. Let's let you know who's in, who's out, starting with the home team in the Golden State Warriors. Al Horford, he is available. He's been dealing with sciatica, LeBron. He is available to play. Seth Curry, he's out. He's been dealing with left glute.
Oh, my God. I thought that was at Steph at first, and I was like, I got to change my Prize Picks.
No. His brother Seth is out tonight.
Left glute.
Left
wow. What happened to that brother?
And LJ Cryer is out as he's dealing with a left low back strain. Meanwhile, the Mavericks injury report is lengthy, but good news on it today. Max Christie.
Oh, that's a lot of availables.
Yes, exactly. Max Christie, good. He's back. He's been dealing with illness. He's available. Brandon Williams has been dealing with that right ankle sprain. He's available and good to go. Klay Thompson, Captain Klay. More on him in just a moment. He is available after missing the game on Tuesday with the left knee soreness. Dwight Powell, the president, is back. He's available as he's been dealing with illness. PJ Washington also available. He missed Tuesday's game with right midfoot soreness. He is good to go for the Dallas Mavericks. Meanwhile, Musa Cisse, he is out as they save one of his games. Miles Kelly also out as well. Kyrie Irving continues to remain out as he recovers from his left ACL injury. That gets us to our Mavericks player spotlight.
Wait, can I guess who it is?
You can.
Here, I made this. This has to be the Mavs player spotlight. I think if we can just.
Let's
bucket.
go.
Almost, not quite.
Look
I
at
saw
that
it in the
bucket.
chat too.
Go.
Look
Shout
at
out
that
to
bucket,
the
man.
GOAT Caleb Martin his last 2 games.
Wait, is that total minutes or is that per game?
No, per game.
Per game?
20 minutes.
He's out the doghouse apparently.
How
Shout
do
out
you
to
average
him.
20.8 minutes per game, though?
Well,
Huh?
like
split, like 2
sorry,
games.
Maybe
It's probably
I
like
did.
22
I thought
one
it was
game.
like 0.8 of a. I probably messed that part.
Maybe
up,
it was.
but- No, that is like it's supposed to be like whatever.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fine.
It'd be like,
Because like, is that supposed to be like the 10, like the seconds part of? Because like a website will say like 20.3 minutes a game. Is that saying 20 minutes and 30 seconds?
yeah, they have like 17
No,
points. They have a
I
D'Anthony
thought
Melton plays-
20.3 minutes, but then over 2 would be like you play 20, you play 21. This is 20 and a half minutes.
Yeah,
It's not counting the seconds on that. But
Yeah.
also, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's over 20.
It's got personality. It's got character. I was just making a math joke. Sorry.
But
Sorry. I'm not trying to show you up. I just think it's funny.
But no, he is not the focus.
75% though.
Yeah, that's right. He's actually shooting the ball well. But he is not Caleb Martin, the focus of our player spotlight. We focus in on Captain Klay. Klay Thompson once again makes his return to the Bay today, where, of course, he spent 13 years, won 4 NBA championships with Stephen Curry as a fellow Splash brother. Captain Klay returns, this time, though, in a new role with the Dallas Mavericks, as he has been a sharp shooting sub off the bench, where he's been fantastic. You see the numbers there on the screen. Coming off the bench in 20 games, averaging over 12 points per game, shooting nearly 38% from downtown on what is over 8 attempts per game. Klay has not been shy about getting the 3 ball up, and it has helped out the Mavericks, especially improve their offensive rating over the last several weeks. In fact, in 4 games now against the Golden State Warriors, check this out, averaging nearly 20 points per game against his former squad and nearly 48% from 3 on 11 attempts per game against the former Golden State Warrior team of his. So Klay Thompson not only been playing well, but loves playing against his former squad, but shooting the lights out in 4 games against the Dallas Mavericks.
I mean, it ended a little ugly in Golden State. If you all kind of just remember some of the coverage back then, basically Klay wanted a bigger deal from Golden State. They didn't offer him that deal. They ended up offering him a deal similar that he got in Dallas, but by then he was kind of already checked out. He decided, hey, I'm ready to start a new chapter. So it was a messy ending kind of to the end of it. I think, him and Steph Curry, I would assume, was have a good relationship, but you kind of, you're a competitive player. You kind of want to show out your brother. I want to win that race. It might be your bro or one of your closest friends, but I'm trying to be the one that comes out on top. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into this game with a little bit of extra juice. Like, hey, I love, the Bay Area, but, this is still my house. I want to, kind of still show that this is kind of still where I do my, some of my best ball at.
Really interesting piece a couple of weeks ago from Tim McMahon and Anthony Slater of ESPN discussing the kind of relationship, how things, have gone since Klay Thompson has left. And clearly for him, he has obviously moved on, but at the same time has found a new home here and continues to play well in the new role that he has. It's always fun to see Klay Thompson be able to not only get on the floor, but against his former team and where he's played well against them. We'll look for more of that, the same today, as Klay Thompson helps the Mavericks go into Golden State to try to beat his former Splash brother in Stephen Curry. Let's continue with your super chats here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Shout out to Classic Stain Lover with the $1.99 super chat comes back in. Unrelated trade. AD while he gets injured.
Before he gets injured.
Before he gets
He
injured.
corrected
Okay,
it.
got it. Appreciate that. Indy Texas Fly with the $4.99 super chat. Happy holidays, gang. Coop, Klay, AD going for 80 tonight. Go Mavs.
It's a lot of points.
Merry
That's a lot of
Christmas.
points. It's a lot of points. But shout out to all of you hanging out with us here. Again,
Appreciate the super chats, y'all.
make sure you like and comment and subscribe while you're here as well. That gets us to our X Factors going into tonight's game. Again, tip off at 4 p.m. You can watch the game on ABC or ESPN, whichever you would like to do. Let's get to X Factor number 1. Bobby, I'll start with this one because you mentioned it a little bit earlier. The Mavericks have to limit the points off the turnovers when it comes to Golden State. The Warriors this year, 7th in the NBA, scoring 19.4 points per game off turnovers this season. They can get out and run, but also you got to mark Steph Curry, especially when he gets out in transition, because he makes us open three in transition look like a layup.
Yeah, the bigger thing I'm worried about is that I mean, I'm going to be honest. I respect Draymond Green a lot. I think that he is a fantastic defender. I also think that in that arena, in big games, officials just let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Sure.
He will just straight up tackle you in midair. Now, those are more like blocks or misses, but those are the more dangerous plays. The shots at the rim, whether you miss or you get blocked or whatever it is, those turn into points the other way. Turnovers are very tough, obviously. A steal is usually going to lead out to a dunk or an open three or whatever, but you miss a shot at the rim, you're usually going to end up on the ground because Draymond like broke a couple of your ribs defending you. You're not going to be able to get back. AD is already really slow to get back, whether he's on the ground or standing, or even he gets a head start. So what you don't want to do is have a lot of like, you have 3, they have 5 coming at you full speed down the floor. So you really have to, if you go into the lane, you got to make that shot, or if you miss, turn around and run as fast as you can and get back.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Draymond is such an interesting player because the offense is just really declined, man, but he still can defend it at a really high level. And a lot of that comes, like Bobby says, he has just so much respect. And we talk about possible Hall of Famers. He's definitely probably going to the Hall. I'd be shocked if he wasn't, basically because of how good of a defender he is. He's still doing that. I think it's a really fun match to see. Like he actually kind of bigged up Cooper Flagg. I think that was on the broadcast the other night, which is, or actually that was today from, I guess he zoomed in or something like that. And usually he doesn't do that. So I'm not sure, like, what did that mean? Like, did he say he liked Cooper Flagg? He's a two-way player. So I'm not sure. Was that like one of those things where like older players will say something about you to kind of like you lower your guard, then like try to kill you on the floor, figuratively. But then, or he's trying to like kind of lull Coop to sleep. So I'm very interested because Draymond is one of the most interesting defenders in the league. He'll try to get in your head. Let's kind of see if Coop can kind of break out of that, at 19 years old. We'll see.
Draymond made it a point to never talk trash to Luka. He never wanted to awaken the beast.
That's right.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if the first time Coop misses a shot, Draymond is right in his face to see how he responds.
Jimmy, too. Like, Jimmy's a dog, too. Like,
yeah.
there's
going to be a lot of talking tonight.
I would agree. It's been a very interesting week for the Golden State Warriors, to be honest. I mean, they blew out the Magic on Monday, but of course, famously, there was a spat between Steve Kerr and Draymond Green where Draymond Green left the game and went to the back in the locker room.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't see any of this?
No.
So on Monday, real quick, heated timeout between Steve Kerr and Draymond Green to the point where Draymond Green gets up and leaves and goes to the locker room, did not return and did not play for the rest of the game. Now, Steve Kerr addressed it, and I'm
going to try so hard to be Dennis Rodman so that you guys talk about me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to boil it down.
Can I say the B word? That's a B word move. That's all I have to say.
Well, look, Steve Kerr addressed it. He said, look, man, we were two heated competitors in a moment. We had a moment. We both addressed each other, apologized, addressed the team, apologized to the team. And they've been together for 14 years at this rate.
And that is the first time that Draymond has done anything extreme like that. So let's give him some.
To be fair.
Yeah.
But I would encourage you, actually, Bobby, to look at some of Steve Kerr's comments. Very introspective, the way he discussed all of this and how the Warriors are a fading dynasty and where they are and being realistic. I think you would actually find the basketball commentary portion of it very interesting.
They are a fading dynasty.
Yeah, and he said it out loud on a microphone, which was very, very candid of Steve Kerr this week.
Steve Kerr's going to Hall of Fame as a coach, isn't he? For sure,
yeah, he'll
right?
be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah,
Team USA.
They tried so hard to get a second timeline going that still just got the one timeline.
He got a title out of it,
and they cut the brakes.
Yeah,
and that timeline is like there's much left in that timeline.
Never forget when D'Lo was a Warrior for like 4 seconds. Ooh. And they said nope.
Mike Dunleavy was like, no.
I hated Steve Kerr for so long because he what year was it? He ended the Mavs playoff chances basically, like came off the bench.
Game 6.
Out of nowhere.
He was on
Spurs.
The
Love
worst.
him as a coach, but as a player,
that is where my hatred of doubling in the post from one pass away originated.
Oh, from that
game.
Oh, wow.
That was the worst. That was the worst day of my life.
I
was 12 years old. I could say that.
I need to keep track.
The worst day of his life
was
was basketball.
Okay. I was 12. Actually, no, that probably wasn't the worst. But that was one of the worst days of my life to that point.
You've had like 30
Honestly, this
worst days
sucks.
of my life.
Well,
on this
usually I
show.
qualified worst sporting day of my life. That was just bad. Dude. They were up like 20, and then they're like, you know what we should do? Just leave everyone wide open for the rest of the game. And see how that, so that Tim Duncan can't make 18-footers against us.
By the way, the Spurs the Thunder have waved the white flag. It is over in Oklahoma City.
So they won't be breaking the record, is what you're saying.
Who knows? Last two X factors real quick before we get out of here. You got to contest as many threes as you can against the Golden State Warriors. This is a team in Golden State that scores 41.8% of their points from the three-point line. That is number one in the NBA. They're one of only two teams that score at least 40% of their points from the three-point line. The other one is the Boston Celtics. And you got to convert on your opportunities if you're the Dallas Mavericks. Golden State sixth best in the NBA, holding teams at just 45.9% shooting from the field so far this year. So if you got open opportunities, you need to make them. Appreciate you joining us here on our DLLS Mavs pregame show. We will be back here for our postgame show. A full crew in the house. Our national NBA insider Mark Simon will be joining us for our postgame show. Appreciate our guy Tanner, made us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Curl. That's our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. I'm your host Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you postgame after the Golden State Warriors take on your Dallas Mavericks. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.